you see, with the increased use of information and communication technologies, the number of crimes being committed using technology are also increasing. And unfortunately, the number of crimes being committed against women is also increasing. So this is the time that we need to look at the situation, see what needs to be done to keep women safe online. One school of thought says that women should not be allowed to use technology, that will keep them safe. But that's ridiculous, because women use technology for education, for employment, for entertainment, for communication, and there is no reason why they should not have the liberty to use whatever they wish. So taking away technology from them is like taking away freedom from them. And so what we are here to talk about is how the government, through legislation and policy, can help us to keep women safe online and also offline. I mean, cyber crimes are committed, the types of cybercrime, harassment. Harassment exists in the real world. It also exists online. Then there is pornography. There is pornography online. There's human trafficking in the real world. The criminals are using technology to make it possible for them to make that a lot more efficient, and so they're able to do it much faster. So it's the same kind of crimes, but they're using technology to their benefit. What we need to do is to make sure that we stop them and that we let women really come into their own online and using technology.
What kind of the practice? What kind of the ways to check these practices?
Well, for one thing, we are creating awareness by telling women that if you use Facebook or YouTube or you use email, how can you set the privacy settings so that your information is safe and confidential.
Is there any program for that?
Yes, there is a full program that there's an organization called Association for Progressive Communications, and with them the Pakistani outfit Bytes for All, together with PASHA, which is the Pakistan Software Houses Association, we are running an entire program for 18 months to educate first of all women about the dangers available on the online world and what they can do to stop criminals from harassing them, and secondly to also train women NGOs, women activists, also educationalists and young women on how to use technology for their benefit, because there is a lot they can do, a lot of collaboration, a lot that will enable them and empower them to make the best use of technology, and so that's what we're trying to do. But
what do you expect from the government especially?
The government, we need them to look at the legislation. There is an ordinance that the government came out with, which is called the Prevention of Electronic Crime Ordinance. There are a lot of things wrong with that ordinance. There are definitions that need to be changed. There are safeguards for individuals that need to be built in. There are no safeguards for women in that bill. So we are telling the government to look at international legislation that exists. For example, there is the Council of Europe Convention on Human Rights, there's a Council of Europe Convention on Data Protection, and the Council of Europe Convention on Cybercrimes.
Yes.
If we can sign those, then I think we have taken the first step.
Thank you very much.